Okay, so it seems that we have some huge news for Ananta at the moment. Now, if you guys saw my last video a couple of hours ago, we actually reacted to the full gameplay trailer of Ananta. Now, many people have been excited, and as you probably saw from the title of my video, I said this is one of the most detailed gacha games out there, but it might seem like this isn't actually a gacha. Well, kind of. Again, it's kind of hard to explain, but essentially there was an article recently put out by Famitsu, who obviously do a lot of stuff to do. I'm pretty sure they do a lot of gaming stuff. They've been involved with like Wuthering Waves before and everything like that. But essentially, they put out a little article on Ananta and what, is actually going to be happening with this. And this tweet absolutely blew up, as they actually said, hashtag Infinite Ananta has no character gacha. It's not just on the level of no skipping. Now, obviously, this is poorly translated, but obviously that is the main thing you can take away from this news, is that there is going to be no character gacha. All the characters that we saw in this amazing gameplay trailer, again, obviously this was super like detailed. Again, I loved the absolute quality of it, and they showed off many different characters with many different styles and stuff. Obviously, it seems like we're going to be able to get all of those characters for absolutely free, at least as far as I know. Obviously, you had like the police officer characters, and obviously it seems like the main character is working as like an investigation unit type thing. So again, I am very excited to see what can actually happen with Ananta moving forwards. As obviously they put out this full article as well, saying Ananta has no character gacha. It's just not. It's not just no slip throughs. If you play, you can get all the playable characters. So again, it seems like this will be like a progressive thing. It won't be one of those things where you just get them straight away. You have to play the game, play the story, play the quests, right, to actually get some of these characters. But obviously, this is absolutely huge news for a lot of Ananta players, and obviously for me personally, because I will be playing Ananta when it comes out. And this honestly has made it a little bit more exciting, as it seems like a lot of these kind of gacha kind of style games, because let's be real, although it doesn't have full gacha in it, it's still a kind of gacha style game, right? And there's many that have been like it. For example, recently like Duet Night Abyss, who obviously moved away from gacha. It seems like a lot of these companies are now starting to move away from gacha slightly, to kind of, I guess, create a better game or create a different kind of game for themselves, which I think is very interesting and very, very cool. But obviously, there is a little bit of a caveat here. They actually go on to mention the fact that by playing, you can recruit all playable characters. They say monetization is customizable. Monetization is for customization elements like clothing, vehicles, DIY, etc. So again, it seems like there is going to be some sort of monetization within Ananta, and I don't know whether that is going to be through a gacha system or whether that is just going to be through a paid shop. Again, it could be either of them, but again, many people were probably asking, well, if this isn't gacha, how are they actually going to make money from this game? And it's going to be through these customization elements, which they show off quite a bit throughout this entire trailer. They show off the fact that you can change your character's outfits, and if this is the case for every single character you can collect, including like characters like this, and you can change up their outfits, honestly, I am very excited, because again, it's just really cool. It's really cool to be able to customize your character in that kind of way, and also kind of progress further, with all of these characters, which again, I think is pretty insane. And you can even see all of the different outfits they wear throughout this entire kind of thing. And again, you've got this shop here, which includes like coins and stuff. I'm guessing like some of these will be obviously free to choose from, so don't worry if obviously you're thinking I don't really want to pay for customizable options. I think there is going to obviously be some free options, or a lot of free options, right? But again, there might be some more rarer, some more cooler kind of customizable things, which maybe you would have to pay for, or potentially have to roll for, which again will be interesting to see how it works. Obviously, we haven't seen a full kind of test for this yet, but it would be nice if we can see one. And as you can see here, the main character is constantly switching up outfits, and the same goes for stuff like vehicles too. We saw us riding around in a couple of vehicles, and I think that is also going to be another monetization aspect. But again, it could be similar to stuff like GTA, for example. Obviously, GTA has the kind of Shark Pass system. If you've ever seen that, obviously you can get most of the cars through grinding and just kind of working hard, doing quests or whatever, and just trying to make up the money to get it right. But then also you can just skip all of that by pay to winning and getting a shark card or whatever it's called. Again, they have like a couple of other ones, so it could be similar to that system as well. And obviously they've taken a lot of inspiration from GTA already. For example, like the map, the transitions, the weapon wheel which they used. Again, a lot of it is very reminiscent of GTA, which is really great. So again, maybe they're going to follow a similar monetization system as well, which would be pretty interesting to see. Again, obviously For now, it is confirmed that there is no character gacha, okay? Again, they haven't actually confirmed that there isn't any gacha for anything else. Obviously, I'm assuming they might throw in a couple of maybe gacha kind of costumes or something. I reckon that could be a choice, as we've seen it in many games, for example, like lkike. lkike have been experimenting with costume gachas, where essentially you have to roll to get a certain costume, which I think could be the case with Ananta 2 for some more like rarer ones, but also you're able to buy other kind of costumes and outfits and whatever. So yeah, I think it is interesting. I think it is very interesting that they have decided to go this route. And obviously, well, it's like, can we even call it a gacha game anymore? Because again, it isn't really a gacha. There is no gacha element as far as we know in terms of characters and everything. So is it really a gacha game, or is it just another anime RPG or open world RPG? Sorry. That is going to take over. But I think one thing is safe to say is that I think Ananta is a gacha style game, and I think that is something that is going to become more common in the future, not just for Ananta, but also other kind of games, as we've seen, as I said, with Duet Night Abyss, and I'm sure there's going to be more in the future as well, where a lot of these games follow the very similar gacha kind of playthrough in terms of quests, in terms of open worldness, in terms of characters, in terms of releases and updates and frequency of those updates. I think honestly they're going to still follow that gacha game kind of schedule and style, but just without the actual gacha system, which I think is going to be interesting, and it's going to be a new genre of game. I feel like it's going to be a new genre where they essentially tried to move away from this gacha system, but still keep a lot of the elements that make gacha games fun. So again, I am very, very pro this. I'm very happy that they have done this, because again, it makes it stand out from a lot of other games, and it doesn't make them just another gacha game, because a lot of the time gacha can be a downside for many people, you know, in the space. So hopefully this does attract more people. Again, I don't really know why they decided to do this. Obviously, you know, monetization wise, it probably would have been a better idea, well, not a better idea, but a more profitable idea to do a gacha system, but again, obviously it seems like they have a very solid monetization plan going on behind the scenes, so again, maybe they figured out a way to get just as much money without gacha, and to kind of continue the game without it, because again, I think that they can get a lot more players without having that kind of name attached to it, but still you know, driving in a lot of Gacha fans too at the same time. But again, plenty of people are very excited about this. People are commenting on this very recently. You know, Chair here with the Breaking Free. Again, it seems like we're almost like slowly transitioning out of gacha games. It's really weird. Like, it's like almost like not our kind of like, it's not like us leaving gacha games as a whole and saying, hey, I'm not going to play this anymore. It's more so like a lot of these companies are moving away and slowly trying to like transition us out of like pulling on all of these characters and instead just playing a game that doesn't have these elements but is still good, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, again, obviously a lot of us thought this was going to be a huge gacha game at the start, but it doesn't seem like that anymore, and I just kind of want to give you guys that news because again, I thought it was pretty breaking, and it was pretty insane to see, you know, a lot of this stuff going on. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this, because again, I'm very interested in what you guys have to say and what you guys think about it having no character gacha. Again, let me know what you think about it, whether you think that it's a good thing or a bad thing or whatever. Again, just leave a comment. And yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code CASA, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there. I definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's do. See ya.